Welcome to the Earth Goodwill Project. Today's astrological reading is for the full moon in Pisces from September 2nd to the 3rd, 2020 until the 17th of September 2020. The full moon is in Pisces. Full moon periods are a time to relax and to recharge and replenish one's inner strength. And the full moon in Pisces is a time to be aware of not indulging in negative or depressive tendencies, and to go within and connect with one's higher self through meditation, through Reiki, through pranayama, through connecting with Mother Earth and nature and exercise. So the full moon in Pisces, it's slated for the 2nd of September, however it falls a day later on the 3rd due to the leap year in 2020. So during this time, one's health and well-being, their sexuality, their fitness and medical issues and family and relationship matters are brought into focus. So this is an intense period, and it's a supercharged, dynamic and powerful energy during this full moon period, and it creates power-packed month of September. So it's an important time of one's life to understand what is and is not working in your life, and to weed out the outdated aspects of one's life. So one should take time to make long overdue and difficult decisions about your future life choices. And the decisions you make during this period will influence the beginning of new projects, jobs, careers, health, fitness, and nutritional regimes and relationships that fall into place during the Virgo new full moon, beginning around the September 17th. Overall, the energy of September is stable and grounded. It resonates with a 4 energy. So 4 being 2020, it breaks down to a 4, plus the 9th month, September of the year, plus the 4 breaks down to 13, and 1 plus 3 equals 4. So overall it's a double 4 energy. So it brings lots of stability, and it's also mirrored with Virgo, which is an earth energy, which is very grounding as well. So many past issues of corruption, abuses of power, historical murders, government corruptions, old crimes, historical, legal and political matters will begin to resurface, and deep secrets will resurface and be brought to light during this period to be resolved, healed and repaired from the damage of the past mistakes made. And this will continue until January 2020, before we head into the age of Aquarius. There will be emotional reactions to these revelations, and this is necessary to repair and heal the past and to create a new future with Aquarian energies coming into play next year. So the first half of September leads individuals, corporations and governments from making mistake after mistake and seeing them act out with disorganized chaos, and it brings them to eventual order and rational thinking and problem solving, so they can keep the virus at bay and successfully manage their local economies. Things will turn around across the world with most organisations, governments and global bodies from around the 17th to the 18th of September onwards. So the events of the virus sweeping across the world in 2020 have made governments and corporations more cognizant of the importance of health and well-being, daily exercise, clean nutrition, access to clean drinking water, positive mindsets, and restricting boundaries. Or I should say, lifting the restrictions on boundaries. Also, issues related to family and personal relationships will be highlighted during this period. Additionally, the high virus infection rates of workers at abattoirs and meat processing factories are causing government and health bodies to realise that the consumption of meat is no longer a healthy practice, it's no longer sustainable for humanity or for the animal kingdom. So there will also be a greater focus on local communities supporting local farmers markets, a shift towards sustainable living practices, and the consumption of homegrown vegetables and herbs as lifestyle choices. And Uranus's eclectic energies will create many surprises during the September to full moon period. And the Pisces moon its ruler is Neptune. So Pisces, it's very dreamy, escapist, idealistic in nature, and it's heavily influenced by Neptune, which is inspirational and charitable and creative, has new visions and new directions. So all of these things will surface during September. Venus energies are also coming to the fore during this period, and they're romantic and beatific and desirous and pleasure-seeking. So Venus opposes Saturn during this time. So this brings about issues that highlight relationships. So relationships will be tested. Some relationships will be broken. Other relationships will be healed during this period. And there'll be solutions to relationship issues that will be canvassed during the September period. The moon is also harmonizing with Uranus at about 10 degrees to Pisces. So harmony, liberty, innovation, all of these factors and energies come to the fore. There are favourable trines with Uranus and Taurus, and the Sun is in Virgo, opposite to the Moon in Pisces. So Uranus is an innovative planet and it's progressive, so its energies will influence ideas that may surface in commerce, in finance, sciences, medical, health industry in particular, technology industries during the full moon period. So around the 4th of September, Venus and Mars, they have this rapid, intense, sudden sexual urges and deep passionate longings that may play out. On the 5th of September, Mercury highlights communications, plans, agreements, and then Mercury moves into diplomatic and balanced Libra until October. So that peace and harmony is favourable during this time with interpersonal communications across the board. Then we have assertive Mars coming into play in Aries. So that's slowing down. It's going retrograde on September 9th until around November 13. So the themes around this period are re-energizing energies and covering former ground of past issues will be in focus. During this time, it's wise to take aggressive, intense, irritable, impatient, and angry energies and ego disputes and direct them towards planning, problem solving, and creativity. It's also a good time to play sport and connect with Mother Earth and meditate just to de-stress. So then the Sun goes into tense opposite to Neptune. So one must be very careful during this time with miscommunication and also with misinformation. So one must be very mindful to fact check your sources very, very carefully and be mindful also of not engaging in dreamy escapist type energies and fantasies. The Sun in Virgo harmonizes with Jupiter in Capricorn, so this is an ideal time to learn new skills, and self-development and business promotions and strategic planning will be also highlighted. So think detail-orientated planning and clear action plans to achieve your short-term and long-term goals. Be mindful of angry, tense arguments related to relationships as well during this period, and let go of this irritability and this impatience and anger as this Mars energy attempts to analyze and break down. So it's good or wise to discuss new plans and create positive solutions to the problems that surface. Now around the night, there's some positive optimism that is related to future plans in play. So this will be an ideal time to recreate one's vision based on their ideals and values for the future. September 11 shows that Mercury is in shadow, it's in retrograde, and it's beginning full retrograde in October. So September 11, all the planets are in retrograde except Venus. Jupiter moves out of retrograde on September 12 and goes direct to deliver hopeful optimism and expanding one's plans and business plans and government plans and hopeful plans moving forward. During this period, all the earth signs are in harmony during the full moon. Now the 14th of September, the Sun harmonizes with Pluto, which has a transformative element. So it's a great time to meditate, to look at astrology, to research, it's also a fantastic time to reconstruct, to repair, to renew, to revisit past projects, past careers and past relationships. So the shift in Virgo is grounded, practical, problem-solving energies during the mid-month to the new moon period. It brings much welcome positive change, and there's a strong focus on healing from past trauma, issues and health concerns. So the Virgo new moon on September 17 is super powerful. It foreshadows a period of new beginnings in business, in government and politics, and there's 3 earth signs that are favourably placed at that time. So hopeful optimism will influence the practical issues related to commerce during the Pisces full moon, and also particularly during the Virgo new moon period. So this Virgo new moon has its trines in Jupiter in Capricorn, and this influences commerce and government. And Pluto in Capricorn and Uranus in Taurus will usher in liberating the economy, and it will improve and empower commerce and politics and governments. So there'll be lots of sudden movements, lots of changes within business and government sectors. There'll be lots of suckings. It'll be sucking season come around the 17th of September. Many corporations, many politicians, many police chiefs and senior police and senior government figures. Lots of resignations and some promotions as well. And these placements will go to more suitably qualified candidates, as it's their rightful position to take up that leadership and power. Around the 20th of September, Venus moves from being in conflict with Mars to being in harmony with Mars. So this brings relationship and financial matters into focus. So in relation to the issues with the virus, many people are starting to realise that mistakes have been made from a health perspective and from a government, political and police perspectives in managing the spread of the virus and overestimating the effects of it on the community. So there'll be lots of discussions, or diplomatic discussions and mindful discussions about these issues from leading commerce figures to government figures over the coming weeks. And there'll also be discussions related to animal welfare, killing animals and animal rights, and eating meat, and is that necessary. So there may more of a shift towards plant-based eating and vegetarian nutritional regimes. Across the world during September, most people are waking up to the truth about what the 3D world is really about. They see the power plays, the tyrannical dictators, the fraudsters, the government-appointed medical experts and the false prophets for who they really are, even with their masks on. So the current 2020 issues are allowing global spiritual hierarchy to usher in long overdue changes to systems, cultures, social structures, social societal norms, behaviours and the environment. There'll be a shift in focus in 2020 with doctors, nurses and medical specialists recommending integrative medicine, vitamin therapy and clean nutrition into the diets of all of their patients and generally all society. There may be strong government educational programs to educate public in each of their regional areas about the importance of clean eating and healthy nutrition and drinking clean water and regular daily exercise and meditation practices, as this will be increasingly viewed as a good daily practice to maintain one's optimal health and well-being. In relation to the nursing homes and the disability centres, the care centres where many of vulnerable patients have died in 2020 with the virus, it has been noted that these patients have poor nutritional regimes and they're fed a diet of psychotropics and they don't receive adequate hydration, and in most cases they're bedbound, they don't get out and exercise and get fresh air and daily sunshine. So there'll be a great overhaul of elderly care homes and care homes for the disabled from September, October 2020 moving forward over the coming years, with a greater emphasis on not feeding the elderly and the disabled party pies and mashed potatoes and psychotropics because they deliver no nutritional value. In relation to all the doctors and nurses and frontline healthcare workers that have contracted this virus in 2020, most of them, or many of them, often break down before and after their shifts crying because they don't want to go to work because they're fearful of dying. So this fear of dying induces low immune response in the body, and this is one of the causal factors of the reasons why they are contracting the virus at high rates. Moving forward from September 2020, there'll be a greater focus with health practitioners and healthcare workers and first-line emergency responders to engage in meditation and mindfulness, exercise, playing sport, and clean eating as well. If these health and well-being practices, clean eating and daily exercise, mindfulness and meditation, daily habits are adopted, then moving forward over the coming months, the virus should be eradicated in most regions from October, November, December. And from an astrological perspective, the virus will completely eradicated around the world in December 2020, and the final cases in January 2021. So realistically, there'll ideally be no need for a vaccine. However, the vaccines in development can be repurposed and used across the world for future pandemics. Previously, around April or May of this year, we had uploaded an examination on the causal factors of this virus floating around the world and how to treat it naturally with integrative medicine and vitamins and clean nutrition. And those recommendations or suggestions included taking daily vitamin supplements that are relatively inexpensive, such as vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, in concert with clean eating of vegetarian food or plant-based foods, and clean water, daily exercise, meditation and mindfulness practices, in addition to time sunshine, which gives one naturally occurring vitamin D. So moving forward, these types of recommendations might be part of government educational health projects to advise their populations to maintain optimal health and well-being without costly interventions with hospital systems. Themes that will come out of the September 2020 period, after coming through a period of oppressive forces, government restrictions, boundary restrictions and restrictions on trade, socialising and employment, will be a sexual revolution towards the end of 2020 and into 2021 that rivals the sexual revolution of the 1960s. In 2021, we'll have a baby boom in the most repressed regions of the world that correspond to this sexual revolution, the outpouring, the release of all these repressed energies, and consequently we'll also see an economic boom, prosperity boom flow on in different regions of the world, in different industries and sectors, as a consequence of 2020's oppressive energies. So during 2020, people have been encouraged to slow down, to go within and meditate and connect to their higher selves and change their lives for the better. So the interventions from the spiritual hierarchy in 2020 encourage people to stay positive, to connect to the light, to meditate, to connect to Mother Earth and be the positive change they wish to see in the world. People are starting to process their realities and create new life moving forward into 2021. The dominant energies in September are about regrouping, repairing, restructuring, renewing, redesigning, reassembling their realities to create a new life moving forward in this new paradigm, heading into the golden Aquarian age in 2021. So September is a time to go within, reflect and create inspired action towards achieving one's goals in a purpose-driven manner. So it's wise to use the intense Mars-like energies to your advantage to achieve your personal, relationship, home and business goals during this period. So what I've done is I have linked the Lionsgate meditation, where you can access your light codes from the Grand Central Sun and the Solar Logos and the Holy Mother and the Holy Father, and heal your physical, mental and emotional bodies, in addition to a short planetary peace meditation. So feel free to listen to these meditations daily. They help you to clear your energy body and heal your energy body and download your light codes to protect you and your family and to boost your immune system and remain healthy. So with hundreds of millions of people across the world now meditating daily and connecting to their higher souls, the mass influx of divine energy from the Solar Logos and the Divine Mother and the Divine Father is literally wiping out much of the disease and the karma and the suffering in the world. It's wise to take back control of your life and to live it to its fullest potential, and practice daily meditation and mindfulness and connection to Mother Earth and exercise on a regular basis. Animal spirit cards for the month of September to 2020 are feminine, electric eel spirit, and masculine, elephant spirit. The message from electric eel spirit is bring your ideas to life. Seemingly out of nowhere, the jolt of electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea that you're meant to explore. Epiphanies and aha moments are gifted to you right now, so celebrate. Your life has the potential for profound transformation. Inspiration arises within you, electrifying you so that you can't wait to get started to bring your idea to life. The revelations you experience now are meant to set you on a new path, so do not be afraid to act. Explore, examine, and do not fear the changes that may come, for Spirit wants to shower you with love, success, and abundance that you hope to experience. Now is a thrilling time of epiphanies, inspired ideas, and innovation. This is a wondrous sign for you today. Divine masculine animal totem spirit is elephant spirit. Learn from the past. Although we often wish we could leave the past behind, elephant spirit reminds us that the memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us the traditions that have shaped to express our connection to each other and to our respect for the community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today. We must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant spirit appears with a message that we are to acknowledge that which has come before and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are going. The stories of the events you experience, the stories in our collective memory, and the stories of relationships you have had can be told many ways. What will your story tell? Elephant Spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in you a sense of power and dignity, for you have honoured yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and to grow. The Tree Angel Oracle card for the month of September 2020 is White Willow. 18 breaking down to a 9, which means completion of cycles. White Willow's message is don't think, don't act, just dance. Move through life like a drop of water, falling, flowing, rising, drifting. Free your boundaries. Fly, dive, run, stop, but always reflect the light. White Willow wants to tell you that she belongs to the moon and the feminine magic. Insight, the healing arts, music and magic all gather together beneath this tree. Witches may dance beneath its crown, but the willow invites all humans to join the dance of life joyfully. The moon is full, round and molten in the sky. Beneath her, everything moves to the circular rhythm of life. The drums beat deep and arousing. Feel your heat, your fire, awaken your desire, your willingness. Pass from intoxication into ecstasy, caress the moon, the willow, leap through the woods, allow your fingers to glide through fragrant hair. Feel a silky touch on your own skin. Air, water, light, the body of another. Kiss. Open your mouth and release your rapture. Dance faster. Yield your pounding blood to the divine will. Feel your ecstasy growing. Your tears of joy can heal the earth. As they sink into the earth, follow them with your consciousness while your feet dance to the heartbeat of the planet. The goddess awakens and you with her. But also in stillness and silence you pulse with the tree. It is time to listen to one another. It is time to listen to your dreams, to show more empathy, to trust in your intuition. And it is time to practice spiritual healing, Reiki and other forms of energy healing. Yet whether we are in stillness or movement, the white willow always incites us to free ourselves, to enthuse, to be ecstatic, and sometimes to enter into a wild, passionate frenzy. If the power of the willow is not allowed to blossom within us, we are inclined to overemphasize rational behavior. We mull over everything at length and lack sympathy and understanding. Even logical and rational thinking is virtually impossible to achieve without some regular relaxation, letting go and good releases, such as through movement or dancing. We need to stop hiding ourselves behind our duties, to stop worshipping ridiculous status symbols, and to stop adopting inflexible morals and make value judgments. We need to find our passions again. The song lyrics that reflect the energies in the full moon of Pisces, September 2 and 3 until the September 17, 2020 are Lenny Kravitz, It Ain't Over Until It's Over, Shout, Tears for Fears, and Diana Ross, Chain Reaction. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing to Earth Goodwill content. Namaste.